back, guys, to the Rules That Matter. This is the beginning of Season 2, the very first episode, and seeing as we're at the beginning of a new season, we are on a new map, a new custom map, this time SethBling's SkyGrid. This is a map he made some time ago with an MC edit filter, and it basically generates what you're seeing right now. It generates a grid of individual blocks separated by 3 blocks of air. Creates a really trippy effect where at certain angles you see these diagonal lines that just happen. It's really trippy. We are playing on SkyGrid Short. This is a truncated version. The original version of SkyGrid extends all the way up to the build limit. But you can see right now we're only at y equals 125. That's because this is actually take number 2. I tried recording this episode on the full version of SkyGrid, and the game was crashing, the game was freezing. It's basically unplayable. For whatever reason, the render engine just was having too hard of a time, and I've got a pretty beefy computer. But the rendering engine was having too hard of a time rendering all of the blocks at this much distance. And I looked up, I basically Googled SkyGrid crashes Minecraft, and a lot of people have that problem. So this is a version SethBling made basically to alleviate that, and I did a little bit of testing, and it seems to work fine. The frame rate is much higher. I didn't get any screen crashing or anything like that. So I think we can use this map. So, rules that matter. Let's refresh. In case you're watching this episode and you didn't watch any of the other rules that matter, I'll go over how it works. Rules that matter is a rule set, a hardcore rule set, where the objective is to kill the Ender Dragon. And at the beginning of each episode, I'm going to add a new rule. The rules are suggested by you, the viewers. So in the comments below, you can suggest any rule you can think of, be it gameplay related or just something silly. And each episode will add one, and they become... Did I get that, or did I miss it? I think I missed it. Dang. They become cumulative, so as the series goes on, it'll become weirder and harder and more complex, and hopefully it'll force us to play Minecraft in ways that we wouldn't ordinarily do it. I did a little double jumpy there. Okay, we'll get this one, then we'll make a crafting bench, get that stone, work on a pick. There's another stone there, another stone there, another stone there. Excellent. So as an example of what I think are good rules are rules that sort of compound upon each other and also work with the specific custom map we're on at the moment. So last time, we used Captive Minecraft as our custom map. And that is a map that uses the 1.8 world border. And every time you get an achievement in that map, it expands the world border by half a block. So I think rules that were fun for that map were rules that made things more cramped because we didn't have a lot of space to spare. We didn't have a lot of resources. And so there was a rule that you can't break furnaces and you can only use 1 piece of coal for fuel per furnace. And then there was another rule that you can't place cobblestone, so I had to smelt all my cobblestone into stone before I could place it. So what happened was I ended up with a lot of furnaces, and I had to try to figure out where to place them, and I couldn't break them after they were placed, etc. So those rules sort of compounded upon each other and made each other worse, and also sort of played with that specific custom map where we were limited in space and resources. So this map, we have a ton of space and a ton of resources, but they're going to be hard to get. They're going to be very far apart. So I think creative rules for this map are going to basically play around that. And I've already picked a rule for the first episode. The first rule is basically no cobblestone generators until they're totally redundant. So SethBling made this map, and when he released it, he made basically a tutorial where in the tutorial, in like the first 8 minutes or so, he got the blocks together to make a cobblestone generator so that he could make more blocks. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make an axe because we're going to be chopping a lot of wood here. He made a cobblestone generator to make it easier to get from place to place. Now, we could definitely do that. That would not be too difficult. I can see water right there. There's some lava right there. We could make a bucket with 3 iron. Wouldn't be a problem. But what I think it would do is it would trivialize what's unique about this map, which is jumping from place to place and the resource scarcity, at least at the onset. Now, eventually, we're going to have enough trees growing. Hopefully, anyway. We will have enough trees growing that we're going to have a lot of planks. And at that point, a cobblestone generator is going to be a little bit redundant because we're going to have so many blocks, it won't matter. But until that point, I'm going to say, first rule, no cobblestone generator, at least until it is redundant. So we're going to have to jump from place to place. We're going to have to look for loot chests. That's another thing. There are loot chests all around. They're quite rare, but they are scattered all around. And they have things. There's one. They have things like mob eggs. And also, let's see, where do we want to go? They also have blocks, which could be instrumental in getting from place to place. So I've got a few priorities right now, one of which is getting 3 wool to make a bed so we can sleep through the night. If the sun sets and we don't have a shelter, there's going to be mobs spawning all over these things, and we're probably going to die to a skeleton. That's my biggest worry. So one big objective for the first episode is to get a bed. Another objective is to get some source of food. Let's see. Let's look around. And I guess we could farm some food once we get some seeds. I suppose we're going to have to get seeds from the loot chests. I don't see any tall grass on these grass blocks. Or we might use a spawner. That's a creeper spawner. Ooh, we could use that for, we could farm up some gunpowder. But for right now, I think I'm going to keep my distance from that. Okay, let's see. Can we find another chest somewhere? I saw one a while ago, but I kind of lost track of it jumping around. It's quite overwhelming trying to look for stuff. There's so many items on the screen. It's a little bit overwhelming. And I don't want to go down too far, but eventually we're going to have to. Ooh, this gravel should not update, and we shouldn't fall, I hope. There's a diamond. There's a chest. Let's go try and get that chest. And depending on what's in it, we're going to have to figure out what to do next. Be it look for food or try to make a bed. If we can get a sapling, we can essentially stay still and just wait for the tree to grow, and then we'll have planks. That doesn't sound very fun, but until we have food, our food bar is going to keep diminishing. And just like in last season, I will do most of the grindy stuff, like waiting for trees to grow, waiting for food to grow. I'll do that stuff off camera, and we'll just try to stick to the, what is that? Sheep spawner. Okay, that might be useful. For the wool, actually. No, you know what? The wool is going to be easy enough to acquire. Let's not waste time setting up that spawner just for 2 pieces of wool. I want to get that right there. Whoa! God! Holy moly! I fell off the block. That scared me to... Oh man, my heartbeat. Holy moly. Okay. Whew. Recover. Slow down, heart. The sun is setting. What do we have here? We have armor, a sapling. This is what I'm talking about right there. Dirt. A villager spawner. Ooh. Or, spawn egg. And a zombie pigman. And cooked fish. All right. I'm going to eat that fish because my food bar is low. Okay. And let's put that on. And let's make a torch. So I only have 1 piece of wool. This is bad. Let's see if we can find more wool. What is that? That's the sheep spawner. But what we do have, is this going to update? No, it did not update. It's got to be adjacent, not diagonal. Right? Yes. Okay. Let's get this. We need to get a bed and sleep in it before mobs start spawning all around. There's another piece of wool. And this leaf block right there, I'm assuming that's going to start... It's going to update eventually and despawn. I'll just leave that cobweb there. Got it. All right, sweet. So let's, there's a chest right there, which we can use. I just want to make a little platform, and we may as well spread out this grass. Okay, torch, torch. Crafting bench. Put you down. And let's make a bed. Let's turn it to daylight soon, so that the mobs don't spawn around. Let's see, do we see any mobs? No, I don't see any yet. The game starts on hard difficulty. That's the default setting for the map. So that's what we're playing in. Now, I should also mention I'm playing in 1.7.5. I tried playing this game in the snapshots, the 1.8 snapshots, and there's a texture that's changed. Let's see if I can find it. The shrub, like the desert shrub, has changed like item IDs or something, and I was getting that black and purple checkerboard effect that happens when the game doesn't know how to load a texture or can't find it or whatever. I was getting that effect, and so I decided to just revert to 1.7.3, which seems to work fine. I guess we can use those eventually. Okay, so let's do a little status update here. We have stone tools. We have some torches. We have some spawn eggs. We need a few more cobblestone so that we can make a furnace. That's objective number 1. Then we need to find some iron. And we need to keep an eye out for more chests, and also I think what would be really handy is to find a spawner of a farm animal we can kill for food, like a pig or a cow. That would be awesome. That would take care of our food problems right away. Let me just get rid of... Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Okay, let me back up here. I'm going to make a sword. And then we're going to break that cobweb. Boink. Boink. There we go. Oh, there's another achievement. Achievement get. Okay, here we go. Cobweb. Say goodbye, cobweb. Oh, and I got it too. Excellent. So I'm about to run out of dirt. We're going to have to start hopping around again, which is fine. I did a little bit of testing on these maps. There's another chest. I did some testing on these maps, trying to figure out if I could record on the other one. I lowered down my settings, and basically the game, the default SkyGrid wasn't playable without freezes unless I reduced my view distance down to 2 chunks, which it eliminates this entire visual effect, which is the entire point of playing SkyGrid, right? So I decided not to do it. Diamond hoe, birch sapling, spawn wolf. That could... I'm not sure what point that would have on this map. Spawn magma cube, lots of spawn eggs. But what I was saying is, I did a bit of testing, and I kind of got used to the jumping mechanic, jumping around. Go ahead and get an extra piece of dirt. We did not get any blocks there. I would like to kind of break these, but I want to get them back. We do have some planks. Okay, so we'll just use the planks. What I will do... Another thing to remember, if you jump onto a chest, you cannot shift a chest. So you can't rely on your shift key. I'm going to break this. And then I'm going to make our first little staircase. Eventually, we'll probably switch to ladders, unless somebody outlaws ladders in the rules. If that rule gets suggested. I think, yeah. Try to think of some creative rules that make this weird. I mean, it's already pretty weird. But I think the first thing most people would do in a map like this is to immediately make it less weird, where they get a cobblestone generator and a tree farm, and they just build paths and flatten everything out and make everything straight. I'm going to try to avoid doing that. This map is really unique. I don't want to kill its uniqueness by just making like straight paths everywhere. So maybe there'll be some kind of zigzag rule, or I don't know, the ways you can ascend and descend rule. The no going down ladders rule was kind of cool in World Border because I had to find other ways to get down with water safe falls or slime blocks. Things like that would be cool here too, probably. Okay, what are we doing? Cobblestone. We need the cobblestone. There's a few blocks here. Okay, let's make, let's do this. I'm going to go down another. Whoop, almost jumped off there. I'm going to make another little stair. so that we can come down and get these. Let's see, that one and that one. And then this height is different. Oh, that height is different because I was 1 block higher and then I hit my head on the cobblestone. Whoops. Okay. Oh, there's some iron. Okay. As long as we don't get too far, my food bar is going to be declining again soon. It already is. Yeah, my saturation is empty. Okay, so take that into account. Try not to move too much. Try to get back to home base. I don't see any loot chests nearby. Okay, let's go straight up then. And replace basically the one that was there. Here's a clay block. Okay, get some clay. Good old clay. We still need that furnace. There's 6. Mushroom might be a source of food if I can find the other version. There's 7. 7. There's another one. Okay, here's a little double jump. Boink. All right, there we go. That's 8. That is a cow spawner. All right, let's take this back. Oh, gosh, careful there, buddy. That's a cow spawner. So that's going to take care of our food. As soon as I put this furnace here. Okay. Another thing to think about is the way we build. We might want to build something a little bit more stylish than just making dirt paths. Maybe there would be a building restriction, like I have to make a certain type of building. There's a spider over there. Let's see, do we need to use this for anything? No, I guess not. Let's put the chest down and drop off this stuff that we don't really have a use for right now. And then let's grow some of these trees before we go after the cows. So I'll put one, I guess, there, and one there. I don't have enough blocks to make that a little bit easier to get to once they grow. But in due time, shouldn't become a problem. And I guess since I don't need this right this second, I'm going to wait to smelt that until I have 8 and can be more efficient about it. All right, so let's try to get... Did I get them? Yes. Let's try to get this cow spawner going. That will be a good first step. Take care of the food problem. Oh, wait, we're on the wrong level. Okay, he's here. Now, we could use his melon, but I'm not about to eat any stupid melons. That's for sure. Melons is for chumps. If you eat melons on a regular basis, you're a chump. Oh, here's a piece of iron. Might as well get that. Did I get it? Oh, damn it. Missed. Okay, we missed that. Cow is this way. Ice blocks we can't get. Leaf block we can't get. And I'm about to run out of blocks. Oh, look at this. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Oh, here's another one. Excellent. Jolly good. Jolly cooperation. There we go. And then, if I just place boink. Come on, cow. Where you at? Look at this already. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this. Look at this weird zigzag we have. Imagine that stretching like to the horizon in every direction. It's going to be cool eventually once we start exploring more. Why is there no cow here? Come on, cow. Spawn. That should be all he needs to spawn. As far as I know, it's certainly bright enough. Let's go over here and grab this. A few more blocks. Make a tiny little platform here for the cows to spawn. One should have spawned by now. I'm not sure why it hasn't spawned. Maybe we'll come back, check later. Do a little bit of item acquisition. So it's in hard difficulty. Cows should spawn on any difficulty. They're peaceful animals. I'm not... Whoa! God! No! Holy moly! Oh God, we're in bad trouble now. Okay. We have no food. Okay, don't move. If I don't move, I'm not using hunger. There's a chest there. Crap, man. That's really bad. That's really bad. Okay, we have to be very strategic now. Getting back up there is going to be tough. That chest right there might be the best chance to get up. We could update this water block so we could use it to go down and then come back up as well. That's one idea. Now, I don't have any food, so I can't regen health. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Let's see what time it is. Let's check the time as well. I want to get back to the bed by nighttime. I don't see the sun, which is not a good sign. Oh. Crap. It's setting. The sun is setting. Okay, I'm going to update the water block. There we go. So we can use that to get down and then to come back up. I should have updated a water block way up high to begin with. Okay, so if I go over here... Oh, I'm going to lose more health going down to this block. Oh, crap! One, and no food, but blocks and a diamond shovel. Okay, we need to get back. Whew. Okay, let's get... Whoa! In the water. Climb up. We got to get back to the bed before we get shot by a skeleton. Let's also not suffocate in the water. And there is a block next to the source here, so we should be able to just swim up onto it. As long as we can figure out the stream right here and not get pushed around too much. Okay, good. Then we just kind of need to go straight up. Maybe we'll come back down this with ladders in the future. Holy moly, I don't see any mobs. Mobs can only spawn a certain... Did I go too high? No, we're here. Mobs can only spawn a certain distance away from you. Still no cows, which I don't understand. Okay, we'll worry about that later. Let's get back to our bed. We're in big trouble. We've got 1 heart, no food. I may be forced to eat those damn melons. Okay, here we go. This at least will solve one problem. That's one problem. I think we have to eat the melon. Oh, and this updated. Oh, we can use that to get up. That will actually be handy. Okay. Where was that melon? Over here. I'm gonna have to eat the melon. If you've been watching me any length of time, you understand how much I hate melons. I really don't like them. Okay, let's make a little thing underneath the melon. And then go this way. Do I have any other blocks? I guess we can use this to get right up underneath here. Break that and that. All right, melon. I hate to do it, but I have no choice, really. And once we get a more reliable source of food... There's a creeper. Once we have a more reliable source of food, we won't have to bother with you anymore. All right, but we survived. That was really tense. That was, wow. Okay, expect more of that to happen. I need more things like this to allow me to get back up and actually get more blocks. At least recovering from that kind of thing will become easier. My health is slowly regenerating. I still have no blocks, really. Okay, but I think we're going to end the episode there. That's the end of episode 1, season 2, Rules That Matter, SkyGrid. Suggest your rules in the comments below, and we'll add a new one next time. We need to make a wall to start listing them. Oh, and I'm already... Look at that. This is why... It's not that I don't like watermelon. It's that the saturation is so terrible. You eat one, and then like 3 seconds later, you need to eat another. Anyway, we'll see you next time. See you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.